Welcome back to the Stafford Motor Speedway. We are under our 6th caution of the evening here in the Town Fair Tire 150. And if you notice, there is a new leader. So let's get you up to speed. When we last left you, it was a case young Ron Silk in the white car was in the lead. But it's the drop of that green flag. Look at the 16 of Mike Stefanik.
Power move on the outside, Jackie, to take the lead from Ron Silk.
Down into turn number 3, that's where the power move pays off. And it's Mike Stefanik who takes over the lead. And then Ronnie Silk finds himself enjoined in a battle for the 2nd position.
Todd Zagerty jumps to the bottom of the racetrack and goes the opposite route on Silk to take over 2nd.
Then Eddie Flemke bobbles with his car, connects with the tires on the 92 car of Doug Covey. Covey spins into the grass, brings out the yellow. And the next thing you know, several laps later, Covey decides to pay back Eddie Flemke Jr. in turns 1 and 2. Sends Flemke around in a 360 pirouette, and Flemke is forced to pit road and is back on the racetrack, but back in the 18th position. Then there was a gaggle of cars down into turn number 1 that connected, played bumper tag. It took Bobby Santos to 3rd and Chuck Hosfeld and Ryan Preece in the 3 car. Some of your title contenders involved in that accident. And then down into turn number 1, we had problems with the cars. And all of a sudden, Stefanik finds himself being contested for the lead. And it is Todd Zagerty that takes over the lead as we have now come to the point where there has been a red flag for Bobby Santos III, who is out of this race. Let's get an update with Ralph Shaheen.
Well, the trail of oil tells the story. Bobby Santos back behind the wall here. Bobby, what's the problem? The motor let go?
Yeah, we broke the motor. Just disappointing night, not what we wanted, but I just got to thank this whole team for working hard. They've done a great job all year, and we'll be better next week at Thompson.
Was this a result of the incidents out on the racetrack?
I don't know. I could have been, but I'm honestly not sure.
Jack, the one thing he is sure of is a short night for him here at Stafford and a big hit in the points.
A very big hit. So Todd Zagerty is your leader. Mike Stefanik is 2nd. They will bring the field down. Let's check in with the man that is running in 6th. He's our in-car reporter, Teddy Christopher. Teddy, how's the car running right now?
Well, we're going to give it all our best here. It's a little tricky racetrack now with a lot of oil on it, but we're going to see what we can get out of it, you know.
We're going to let you bring us down for this green flag, Teddy, as the pace car is about to pull off, as the light is off, so it's all yours, my friend.
Outside road goes good. Getting up close to the guy right behind us. See what happens here. Here we go. Go, go, go. Green down.
Darting, diving down into turn number 1. Todd Zagerty has his hands full. Mike Stefanik wants that lead back, Jimmy.
They passed each other on the outside for the lead before. And oh, man, I'm getting excited. Mike is not giving up to Zagerty. And here he goes back into 1, still on the outside of Zagerty.
Hold your line. Still there.
You hear the spotters talking to the cars out there, want them to hold their line.
This is great racing, Jackie. Look at this. For 2 laps, all these guys are racing for the lead.
And watch the 16. Watch Stefanik. He is wrestling that car. He is just working it on the high side. There is grip up there, but not as much grip as Todd Zagerty's enjoying.
Zagerty got the move on him in 1 and 2 and starts to get back in front of him and now starts to pull away a little bit. So it looks like the preferred line right there after 2 or 3 laps seems to be the inside, Jackie.
Ron Silk now fills the rearview mirror of the 7-time champion, the 16 of Mike Stefanik, about to have his hold on 2nd place, at least challenged by young Silk out of Norwalk, Connecticut.
And look who's moved into 4th. We saw him lead most of the race. Eric Rudolph didn't have the greatest pit stop, but he's right there behind Silk pushing him. We have a 4-car breakaway here, Jeff.
4-car breakaway, and then 1 car length back, you see a little bit of a red bumper. That is Teddy Christopher. And Christopher, who's right now, I think, playing a cat and mouse game. Car looks like it may be a little tight in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, he's not rolling the corner as well as he should. The thing is, he said also, with the Santos oil leak, I think he's being a little apprehensive right now. The NASCAR did a great job of putting the oil dry down, but yet I still believe that there's still little remnants there. These drivers want to get a little more laps before they go 2 and 3 wide here.
Taking a look at Eric Beers, who in the 76 car starting to challenge Teddy Christopher for that 6th position. Check that. That's Beers who is challenging him there, and directly in front of him. Now you see Christopher get a little bit loose there, so he is right on the ragged edge.
The thing is that he is starting to hold up Beers, and Beers is saying, hey, we're running out of time. 45 laps to go.
Todd Szegedy is leading his first laps here at the Stafford Motor Speedway since the Spring Sizzler, and he is out front in that number 2. That is a Ford-powered car, something you don't see that often in modified racing.
No, you really don't see a lot of Fords, and for Szegedy to have that Ford out front, the first on race day teams are pretty proud right now.
Let's get an update on Ted Christopher from Ralph Shaheen.
Jack, the Christopher car is one of the machines that didn't make any setup changes to the car on that last pit stop. When he came in, they just took tires. They made no chassis adjustments. Maybe they might have guessed wrong. Maybe they might have needed to do a little something to get him going here late in stages.
In the old days, it was a 30-lap main event for the Mod Squad here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. With 33 laps to go, there's still, as they say, Jimmy, plenty of time for anybody to win this race.
Especially at Stafford, Jack. You know you've got 2 wide racing here. But Silk's starting to put the pressure back on Stefanik, and Szegedy starting to open up a little bit. So this is when it starts to get pretty interesting as a driver. You say, hey, you got to give me a little bit more room here, Mike.
Ronnie Silk at age 27. He was a plumber's apprentice when he first started racing. As we've talked about before, he has raced with some of the great ones, not only here at Stafford, but also in go-karts, where it was Danica Patrick, it was Sam Hornish Jr., and in fact, Danica Patrick and he still talk to each other and text each other all the time.
Very interesting. You see Danica move from the wanting to experiment with some NASCAR, and here we see Ron Silk running in the oldest series in NASCAR, the Modifieds.
And Ron Silk is doing a tattoo.
I'm telling you what, old Stefanik's got his mirror full, his hands full, and Silk says, listen, man, I need to get better than 3rd here. I need to put some more pressure, and he bumps him again in turn 3 and 4.
You are in Ron Silk's car. What are you going to do to rattle the cage of Mike Stefanik and take over that 2nd position?
You know you have a 7-time champ in front of you. Very hard to rattle the guy's cage. So what he's going to try to do, Jack, is put as much pressure as he can. Not hit him really hard, but just say, hey, Mike, I'm here. As you see again, he bumps him a little bit. And I think that's what he has to do to get to Mike.
What's interesting is it looks to me like they are closing just a bit on Todd Szegedy. Is that a case where Zegedy's car's going away? Or if you're out in front like this with less than 30 laps to go, do you just back off a little bit and run like Sterling Moss said, just fast enough to win?
I think Szegedy is. We saw Szegedy make the power move on the outside to take the lead. We saw him pass Silk on the inside to take 2nd. I think that he's sort of playing it right now, knowing that he's probably not going to pit the rest of the night, saving those tires, saying, okay, guys, if you've got anything when you get it, I'm going to save just that little 1/10 of a second to try to win this race.
Let's reset the field for you. See Eric Rudolph. He is being shown in the 4th position. He started early on in this race and was leading and then faltered and faded just a bit. He has battled himself back after an early pit stop when all the leaders came in to pit. Right in front of him is Ron Silk. The 16 car in 2nd place is Mike Stefanik. And that 2 car is your leader, Todd Szegedy, a youngster who first started racing in NASCAR and had aspirations of following you to come. He had a couple of nationwide starts and then came home to roost in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour.
And you know what? You never give up with your future, saying, I want to race in the big leagues. The Modified's a great series of race. I established myself through the greats Richie Evans, Freddie DeCero, places like Stafford and Thompson. And the thing is these guys are established. He can help himself by winning this race tonight for the future.
Let's get an update on the leader. How's it going, Ralph?
Well, he's running very strong. And, Jack, this is a hugely important bit of momentum for him tonight. As you know, he was 2nd in the points just a couple of races ago and has had 2 finishes of 25th and 22nd in the last 2 events. A win here tonight would do a lot to boost Szegedy back up into the thick of the championship chase, especially when Santos having a tough night.
And it would get a giant monkey off of Todd Zegedy's back. His last victory came at the Thompson Speedway in September of 2008. So Todd Szegedy is hungry. He leads. Mike Stefanik is 2nd here at Stafford.